We're in the thick of the NBA playoffs right now, and quite frankly, I don't really give a shit, but I do give a lot of shits about really good food, and I love to host for the games, but I like to serve my guests things that are still game day appropriate, but a bit healthier, a bit higher in protein, a bit higher in fiber, but still so yummy and decadent. So let's get into it. Okay, here's the deal. We're gonna make 3 things. 1 dip, 1 play on a classic dip, and then something sweet. So the first thing we're gonna do is grab an onion. We're gonna slice it, you can dice it, you can do whatever the fuck you want. It doesn't really matter. Let's just do it. I wanted to take things that are kind of like classic game day foods and just make them healthier, obviously, and make them vegan, but also maybe like put a slightly more interesting spin on them. So this is for a play on a spinach artichoke dip, which, you know, is kind of elite as far as sports snacks goes, you know? I mean, in my opinion, at least. Maybe you disagree, that's fine. You can keep it to yourself if you disagree. But this bitch loves a nice spinach onion situation, and hopefully I will not slice off a finger nor a nail. The other day, I was making food for Sam. I actually made her beef tongues, which is a big thing in Persian cooking. So it was a nice moment for her to become more acquainted with her ancestors and her culture, given that she has never been to Iran and she'll probably never go to Iran. So, I mean, like, I haven't even been to Iran in a long ass time. I haven't been to Iran since I was 10 or 11, so, you know. Anyway, I sliced off part of my finger. Well, not part of my finger, sorry, part of my manicure. Well, not my finger, quite frankly. I would have rather sliced off part of my finger. Just kidding, I would not have. Okay, these are done. I'm gonna grab the camping stove so we can start sauteing and shit. By the way, this is a Caraway frying pan. I'm obsessed with their stuff. Like, it's so non-stick. I don't even have to use this, but I'm using avocado oil spray. It's so good, and I worked out a discount code with them, so I'll make sure to put that where I put all the links. So if you want to try their stuff, I have a bunch of their stuff, and I'm literally obsessed with every single thing I have. You can actually go back to the, what was it, the scrambled eggs episode. I think it was my first time using the Caraway frying pan. I could not stop gushing about how good it is. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna saute these onions for a while, and then I'm gonna move it to the stove in the back, because I just feel like you kind of get the concept. But something I did earlier was I roasted some garlic and some onions. I just wrapped all the garlic heads, like chopped the top off, sprayed it with a little oil, wrapped it in foil individually, and I just chopped up an onion, sprayed with some oil, wrapped it in foil, roasted it, and I just turned the oven on to preheat things for all the things that we're doing. Yay, yay, yay. Okay. These are browning quite nicely, so I'm gonna move them to the stove in the back. And in a little bit, I'm gonna add a bunch of fucking spinach. So let me go ahead and do that, and I'll see you here in a second. Okay, I'm so excited about this. First, I wanted to do a buffalo something dip, and I do make a really nice buffalo tofu thing. Actually, not to brag, but I made it recently, and we had some friends over, and one of the guys was like, yeah, that's chicken. And his fiance was like, no, Hiva's vegan. Like, she doesn't serve us fucking chicken. And he's like, no, it's chicken. And I was like, no, it's tofu. But like, that's how good it is that someone thought it was chicken. Whatever, like, we've all seen a buffalo something dip, even made vegan. But I wanted to do just something a little more unique, a little more interesting. So I had this idea, garlic bread dip. That sounds good, right? So I roasted all this garlic, as I aforementioned, and now I'm gonna try to just like get my hands all stinky and get these cloves in a bowl. This should be fun, not disgusting at all. It's a very unpleasant sensation. I thought I'd be able to just like squeeze it out, like, oh, okay, there we go. I did kind of squeeze it out like that, I guess. But now all the skins are everywhere. Okay, this is a disaster. Don't do this. Don't listen to me. Just make a stupid buffalo dip, okay? No, I really think this is gonna be good. It's just a mess. Anyway, so I made this melty cheesy sauce that is actually nut-free and very high in protein and quite frankly, very simple to make. But I don't have the ingredients in front of me right this second, and my hands are occupied doing this nasty shit. So you're just gonna have to wait a bit before I can tell you what's in it. It's really good. I think it's like quite cheesy. I really can't explain the sensation, but it's very unpleasant. You know, one time I went with my sister-in-law and my niece to, you know that place? Fuck, what's it called? It's like something camp, it's like a kid's store, and they do these events with characters. Like they'll do events with like Bluey and Peppa Pig and stuff, who, by the way, I always thought her name was Peppa the Pig. Okay, this one is much better. Okay, it's like the skins keep getting stuck to my sticky hands. It's unpleasant. Anyway, we went to this Peppa Pig event. Yeah, I thought her name was Peppa the Pig. No, it's just Peppa. I guess like Pig is her last name. I don't know, I'm not very sure what goes on in pig world. But yeah, so we went to this event and then afterwards you could like make your own slime or whatever. I don't know how much longer I can take this sensation. You know what? Quick break. I'm gonna rinse my hands, even though they're gonna get gross again. I actually can't deal with this. And I'm gonna give the onions, which are insanely loud, by the way, a little saute. Maybe add the spinach and then come back and get all vile with my hands again. Stay tuned. Okay, honestly, I wish I'd put on some kind of gloves because I'm really not looking forward to this at all. But here we are. Anyway, so after the event, like the show thing, then you got to make your own slime and you could make it whatever color you want. And my niece loves purple, so we picked purple. And my sister-in-law was like, hey, can you watch her for like 30 seconds while I go pee? And I was like, totally, we're gonna be great. Like, you go do your thing, take your time, mama. Like, I got you, I'm here to support you. She comes back, like, I'm not even joking, like max 45 seconds later, my niece and I are both covered in purple glue. And she was like, what the hell happened? I leave her with you for not even a minute and I come back and the two of you need to take a full-on shower. And honestly, I feel like it was only like 50 to 75% my fault. Basically, the guy doing the slime said, what color do you want? And we said purple. And he takes a thing, adds purple color to it and hands it to us. And we're like, great. And then I'm like, hey, niecey girl, I think we can mix it up. So we start mixing it up and trying to do things with it. And I did think it was odd that it wasn't like slimy the way slime is supposed to be. Well, it turns out he hadn't yet added a second thing that turns glue into slime. But like, I'm sorry, I'm not a slime expert, although I actually have been to the slime museum, so maybe I should be a slime expert. Like, how was I meant to know, sir, that you didn't add this bullshit? And like, everyone acted like we were crazy. I was like, it was your job to tell us that there was another step coming before we could put our hands in it. Like, these are kids with no impulse control and an adult with no impulse control. Like, how were we meant to know? Anyway, I don't know. Oh, yeah, I guess that's my very long-winded way of saying that I find it surprising that I'm having such issues with this texture, given that I do like slimy things, and it's not my first. It's the skins getting stuck to everything that's really triggering me, quite frankly. So maybe next time I'll do a garlic confit instead of roasting the bulbs whole. That's just where you submerge garlic cloves in oil and roast it that way. I think that would have been better for me. I'm gonna rinse my hands again. It's just covered in skins. Okay, I think it's just one more of these heads. Oh, also I can tell you about this melty cheese sauce. So I made a double batch. You can have this recipe. I just want to use it for a bunch of stuff, so I made a double batch. So I did 2 cups of the Eden Foods unsweetened soy milk, a 1/4 cup of nutritional yeast, a 1/2 cup of tapioca starch. That's what makes it get like melty and stretchy when it's hot. 6 tablespoons white miso, 2 tablespoons refined coconut oil. You do want this to be refined. If you use like virgin or whatever coconut oil, it will taste coconutty, which is not how I recall cheese tasting, but that's neither here nor there. Now, if you want to do more of the refined coconut oil, it will make it taste more like cheese because cheese is quite high in saturated fat. That's why we're adding it. I just keep it low because saturated fat is like pretty bad for you. I just find like 2 tablespoons over the span of like 2-3 cups is negligible, you know? But in terms of flavor, it just adds so much. It's the same with my philosophy on using oil in cooking. When I first went vegan, it was like a weird time in veganism, and there were all these vegan influencers who talked about like never using any oil. And so of course I was influenced by that. And here's the thing, like, do you save like a little bit? Like I get what they're saying in terms of, and this is just the roasted onion. Just gonna mix, see this I don't mind so much because I don't have like skins all over me. Yeah, I'm just gonna mix these up. Oh, I kind of forgot about everything on the stove. Fuck me. Okay, oh, this smells so good. By the way, Ozzy during commercial break said, I wish you could mail the scent to people as they're watching. Okay, I'm gonna throw all this shit away, rinse my hands again, check on that guy, and then come back. Oh, and sorry, there's 1 teaspoon of lactic acid. Let me just round that recipe out real quick, sorry. Okay, we have all this grossness in here. I'm gonna take this cheese sauce and we're just gonna mix this guy up and then we're gonna throw it in the oven. I'm actually so fucking excited for this. Like, it just sounds delicious. Garlic bread dip, yum. When I was little, I used to think that parsley was garlic because when, like, anytime I had garlic bread, it had parsley on it. And so, like, that's like the visible thing when you get garlic bread, you know, like just like splatterings of green parsley. So then I mean, that sounds reasonable to me, right? Or was I really dumb as a kid? I don't know. By the way, that was 5 heads of garlic and 1 big red onion. Now, usually I would use Vidalia onion for this, but honestly, I was like kind of out, so I just did a red. It's not a big deal. I do prefer using red onions raw and Vidalia for cooking. Really not a big deal. I also added a 2nd big container of baby spinach to that guy. So that's, the oven's at 350. I'm actually gonna add some of the cheese sauce to that spinach situation just to get it to like melt a little. And then we're gonna do our sweet component and then we'll come back and revisit all of this stuff. Okay, I actually called an audible. Hoo-hoo, look at me using sports terms. And we're gonna finish the spinach situation first because I just turned the stove off. So I added a bit of the cheese sauce. It's 2 big containers of baby spinach and 1 onion that was all sauteed together. I have these artichoke bottoms. I ordered them on Amazon, and quite frankly, I just can't get the sexual part of it out of my head. Like, every time I say artichoke bottoms, I'm like, okay. Anyway, let's just move right along. Like, I wonder what kind of lube they use, but that's neither here nor there. I'm gonna drain these and then we're gonna assemble the thing. I don't know if it's gonna work, but it's this vision that I had. We have our artichoke bottoms. They kind of look like pineapple. Like, do you see that? Am I going crazy? I love this part of the artichoke. Like, the leafy bits of the artichoke, can respectfully go fuck themselves. I want the bottom. I want a power bottom. I want a power bottom. And I want the stems. The leaves, get out of here. By the way, look how pretty. Look how pretty. Ow, that's hot as fuck. It's almost as though we were just on the stove for 30 minutes. All right, so I'm just gonna spoon this in. Oh, did I ever say what I was doing here? Or are you just finding out for the first time? So my idea was, instead of doing a spinach and artichoke dip, we do these spinach artichoke bites. So it's like spinach artichoke dip in like an hors d'oeuvre form, and we all know how I feel about hors d'oeuvres. So yeah, apparently I did like some crack while we were on commercial break. Not sure what happened there. Also, I keep saying commercial break. Like, I don't know that there are commercials during these breaks, especially if you're watching on YouTube. There are not, is my understanding. Well, the camera was off because I was doing something that wasn't worth filming. Arguably, nothing I do is worth filming, but you know. Wait, I think this is gonna be adorable. Also, we're having people over for the Knicks game in a few nights, and this is kind of a test run for me to see if I'm gonna make this whole menu again for our guests, but I think so, because look at this shit, it's fucking beautiful. I saw this really cute video on TikTok the other day. It was a high school graduation, and there was a kid in the graduating class who is on the spectrum, and he has sensory issues with loud sounds. And so before he walked, they asked the audience to not clap and cheer for him because, you know, it triggers him. And he was even like plugging his ears, which was so cute. And the entire class stood up for him silently, and I'm gonna cry just thinking about it. Okay, don't mind me, I'm gonna go cry. No, I'm literally crying. Oh my God. Oh, this looks so good. Okay, I'm taking it out for a second. I'm gonna put the baking tray in, and then I will put it back on the baking tray, but I just want you to take it. Oh, doesn't that look sick? I like it like that. Oh, non-copyrighted music only. I act like they would even know what I'm singing. Like, it's actually concerning how bad I am at singing. It's to the point where I wonder if it's a medical issue. Like, I don't think I should be this. It's not just that I can't sing, it's that when I sing, you don't even know what song I'm singing. Like, it's not just that I don't have a good voice. It's like I also have no melody. Like, it's like, what kind of doctor does one go to for this? Okay, I'm gonna move some of this shit, and then we're actually gonna do the dessert stuff, and then, I don't know, we'll find out. Wait, when I was in Australia, one of our friends' kids, she's like 4 maybe, the mom was saying that she's so filled with love that sometimes she'll just like punch someone. But it's because she's so like, she's just like obsessed, so she just doesn't know what to do with all her feelings and gets violent, and it's hands down one of the funniest things I've ever heard in my entire life. Like, I can't wait to see what kind of BDSM she gets into when she's older. Wow, let's pretend I didn't say that. Okay, so we're gonna make these kind of like cookies. I don't know why I said kind of like, they're cookies. Like, well, why do we qualify things instead of saying them directly? You know, people always talk about filler words, sure. But I actually think the reason a lot of us say like is to qualify what we're saying, or to almost lessen the impact rather than just, you know, saying it with our chest, whatever. Anyway, so I'm using these sugar-free shortbread cookies, which is not the type of thing I would usually buy. But when I was at my parents' house last, they had them because my sister-in-law really likes them, and they're kind of quite good, and they're really good in this context, in my opinion. So I'm using these chocolate chips, and they're sweetened with coconut sugar, which honestly isn't my favorite, but I like the Just Dates ones a lot, but my brother is allergic to dates and I want him to have some, so I'm just using this instead. It's fine. So I'm just gonna throw this in the microwave to melt it, and then I kind of want to do another version of these that's gonna be a bit more experimental. Also, this feels like too much, but whatever. So I already have an open sleeve of this, so I just brought the box like just for showing you purposes. That's it. Now we just wait for that shit to melt. Yeah, we might do a white chocolate version of it too. I don't know, we'll see it. In fact, I'm just gonna open this box. Oh my God, remember that episode? It was the afternoon tea episode with the food processor and how it was like fucking impossible to take the lid off. That was really traumatizing. For the record, I do think it's really important that I make note of this. I had every intention of getting blue flowers for the Knicks, and I'm wearing blue for the Knicks, but they didn't have any, so that's what we're doing. But I mean, orange is Knicks, and I'm wearing blue, so here you go. Knicks coated, yay. Also, you can add a bit of coconut oil to this, and it just makes it glossier and a bit better, but I'm not doing that today. Not today, Satan. Sometimes the inside of my microwave catches on fire. It's kind of a problem. And this should tell you a lot about how little my landlord is willing to fix, that's not even a priority for me. Like, the microwave catches on fire and I'm like, whatever, let's just let it catch on fire. We have bigger fish to fry. Like, I literally can't access my fire escape. Like, if there's a fire, I will die. Okay, that's my priority over and like, quite frankly, it's very likely that we will have a fire given the fucking microwave catches on fire when it's in use. Oh, that's beautifully melted. Okay, now I have done these a zillion different ways, but I think the way that I'm about to do it is one of the more aesthetically pleasing ways that I've done it. So I just take these cookies, I just dip them in, not the whole thing, so they kind of have edges. Well, right after I set that, I just dipped that whole one in, basically. You know what? I kind of made a huge mistake, but I don't want to get into it right this second. I'd really appreciate it if you could respect my privacy in this moment. Also, literally, I said not the whole thing, and I've just proceeded to dip the whole thing of all of these in. We're gonna add coconut flakes to these. Spoiler alert. This also works really well with Wasa crackers. It's actually like one of my favorite things in the world, but pretend you didn't hear that because we'll probably do that in a future episode. I don't know which one yet, but it's probably gonna happen, so, oops. You know what's crazy? People who don't like chocolate. I just can't relate to that. Like, that just sounds so odd to me. Like, what a weird way to behave. I just don't like chocolate. The fuck? Why? Okay, this actually worked out quite nicely. I'll add coconut. Maybe I won't do all of them. Maybe I'll do half coconut and half not with coconut. I've also done it with crushed nuts, sea salt. I mean, there's a lot of ways to play this, but edible flowers, obviously. And then, yeah, if you're having guests and want to impress them, I do recommend adding a bit of that coconut oil. It just makes it a bit nicer. And you don't have to do much, like a tiny teaspoon and all of that is plenty. See, does this not look beautiful? Okay, that seems good. Now I wanna try the other thing. I don't know. Look at my nail. I don't know if it's gonna work the way I'm hoping, but we're just gonna try. This is vegan white chocolate, by the way. This is what I fucked up, by the way. I wish I had put something under it. Okay, this is what I'm really uncertain about. So I wanna add a plant-based food coloring. I have this like orange powder stuff. but I don't know if it's gonna work in this because I think the powders are water-based. I just don't know if it'll actually color this or not. Yeah, I don't think it like properly blends in. I mean, we already have it, so I'm just gonna dip some of these guys in. And then I think I can just sprinkle them with the orange stuff after. Maybe that'll look okay. I mean, it kind of has a confetti-like look to it right this second, which I don't hate. But I was gonna make little basketballs, like draw the lines of a basketball, but that I'm not gonna do because it's not orange, so that would be weird. By the way, I just started watching the new season of Bridgerton. I know I'm quite late. It is so good. If you haven't watched it yet, it's like very Cinderella coded. Stunning. Okay, I'm just gonna try to sprinkle some of this orange powder on. Again, it's not gonna look like basketballs, which is what I was hoping for, but it'll be kind of NYX coated. And then we can just pretend this whole part of the episode didn't even happen. You know what, so far I don't hate how this looks. I just don't know how it's gonna dry. I'm gonna clean some of this stuff up. We're gonna come back. We're gonna do the last portion of this, get everything together, style it, yada, yada, yada. Woo, woo, woo. Now we're gonna assemble a little platter. We're gonna put our dip on it. I was thinking we could pass the plague on to our guests. I was thinking we could put the artichoke things in here, but we need some stuff on our platter. So number one, we're gonna put some baguette because it is a garlic bread dip. So I feel like there should be bread, you know? Let them eat bread. Actually, fun fact, did you know that Marie Antoinette actually said let them eat brioche, which is a type of bread, and it's just been translated as cake. At least I read that somewhere, and God knows where, so definitely fact check it, because something about me that I don't like to admit is I know exceptionally little about world history. It just was not my jam in school, and this is what I mean by school is wasted on the youth. I would love to take a world history class now because now as an adult, I know how embarrassing it is to know nothing about world history. Whereas as a child, I didn't give a fuck. Like I was like, no one's gonna care if I know anything about these stupid, uninteresting things. But now as an adult, I do know people do care and they do judge you when you don't know these things. So feel free to show this to your high school and middle school aged children. And that is the only part of this show that they should watch ever, please. All right, so I'm just doing like a tiny bit of crudité just to introduce some color and texture and stuff, but like garlic bread dip isn't something you're gonna dip cucumbers into. You know what I mean? It's not like a hummus platter, so we don't need to go crazy here, but I just thought, well, I started cutting this in the most fucked up way. But I just thought if there's no veggies, it's just too beige. And as much as I like that for my outfits and my home, I don't like that for my food. I heard that. Ozzy just started playing a podcast as though we're not in the middle of something. Aww. He wants everyone to know he sneezed, it wasn't a podcast. And I'm just gonna do a watermelon radish. Again, it doesn't really matter because this is, well, the shittiest fucking watermelon radish. Like, I hate when that happens. But yeah, like I said, this isn't really, I mean, I'll eat it, but normal people won't, so. This is the worst watermelon radish I've ever seen. I'm so pissed. It's like barely watermelon, it's mostly rind. Whatever, I'm not even gonna slice the rest of this stupid fuckery. Okay. Oh, and then I brought just some whole cloves to add for like decor and styling. Oh, also, we're gonna add fresh parsley to the top of the garlic bread dip because as aforementioned, parsley tends to be on garlic bread, right? Am I right about that? Or Ozzy, am I right? Anyway, I thought it would be cool to drizzle this roasted garlic oil on top also, which I haven't used, but it looks quite good. And then the other thing I wanted to do is take some wasa cracker, crush it up, and add the crumbs on top so there's like a little crunchy element. Wasa crackers just have so much fucking fiber, you know? Okay, oh, this was time to turn it off for sure. So we'll bring this guy over here. And then these are adorable, perfection, exactly how I envisioned it. Oh, that bubbling sound, fuck me. Do you see the way that cheese just bubble? Oh, okay, let's assemble all this and style it, yeah? Okay, let's see how to arrange this. And depending on how fresh your baguette is, I would consider toasting the bread, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, so a little drizzle of this oil. It smells so good. We'll do some parsley on here. I'll add some of these to here too. Okay, I feel like I have to change out the plate that these artichoke hearts are on. It's just too dark. Yeah, that looks infinitely better already. And then maybe some edible flowers in the mix. I'm honestly covering this watermelon radish because it can respectfully go fuck itself. It's so ugly. Respectfully. Na, 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 na. Okay, I don't hate that. Okay, I feel like it's time to taste this. Oh, fuck yeah. It's kind of exactly what I was hoping for. Hot. It's way too hot. It's way too hot. Way too hot. Yeah, that's really good. That's very good. It's kind of perfect. Wait, I'm obsessed with that. I want to try one of these too. And honestly, it's reminding me of being young, going on dates, and avoiding ordering things with spinach in it because I was scared I was going to get shit in my teeth. That's honestly exactly how I envisioned it. It's a little bit more artichoke heavy, or artichoke forward, I should say, than your traditional spinach artichoke dip, just because you're really like putting your tongue on artichoke, if that makes sense. Delicious, perfection, wouldn't change it for the world. Okay, I think it's time to check on our cookies, although I'm just gonna eat a bit more of this because, yum. Okay, it's cookie time. Okay, these cookies seem to have set quite nicely, so I'm just gonna transfer them onto a plate. And you know what? These ones don't even look half bad, I feel like. There we go. Look at these. Cutie patootie. Love it. Okay, I'm gonna eat a quick cookie, and then I guess I'll go clean up. Gross. It's literally perfection. Oh, I wish I'd done a drink. My mouth is dry. Okay, there it is. There you have it. Our game day snacks. The key really is make the cheese sauce the day before. You could even roast the garlic and the onion the day before. And then it really isn't that heavy of a lift the day of. And because everything is so high in protein and fiber, it's actually so much more filling than like a dip and something else would be in under any other circumstances. If you enjoyed this episode, rate, review, subscribe, do all the things. Seriously, please subscribe on YouTube. Like, we need it. Please, let's do it. Yeah, that's it. Love you. Thanks for being here. Bye.
Great. If you want to get it accurate, like playoff season's not really.
Okay.
Yeah, how to go. I don't get fine.
Yeah, I'm sure my audience is going to be all over that.